Good morning. Welcome to the 11 o'clock news. My name's Philippe. I'm your host. Today's top story. Rumor has it the fork has eloped with the spoon. But first, we go to Bob out in the field at the Artesia Police Department, taking a tour and reading a story. Let's go, Bob.
And today we're going to meet a police officer. Patrolman Rodriguez is going to give us a tour of the Artesia Public Safety Complex and read a book. So come along with me and let's go see what's inside.
Hi, and welcome to the Artesia Police Department. I'm Officer Raymond Rodriguez. We welcome you here. This is our front lobby. This is where most people come in. They can speak to our clerks. They can make it up to probation parole, and we're even connected to the municipal court. If we head this way, we'll take you on back to where some of the officers will eat lunch and hang out. This is our common area. This is where officers usually come to eat. Sometimes we have meetings in here. We were lucky enough today to receive pizza as a gift for Officer Appreciation Week, so we do appreciate things of that nature. You see we got our Coke machines, our snack machines, we have refrigerators, water bottles, everything that we could need to have a decent, good lunch. And in here we have our gym. We do share this with the fire department. We have been blessed to have enough funds to get equipment to keep us in shape, so that way we're not struggling out there in the heat and the elements. We have just about everything you could need. And so down this hallway we have several training rooms. There are some smaller and some larger. This is one of our larger ones if you'd like to come this way. We do share these rooms with fire department as well, so that's why you see several items of fire department, but these are some of the few rooms that we do have to help us stay up to date on everything that we need to know on law enforcement. Here we have our probation and parole. We have several probation officers, and they meet with people quite regularly. So here we have the front lobby for the municipal court here in Artesia. This is also connected to the police department alongside with the fire department. And if we head this way, we'll take you inside the courtroom so you can see what that's like. So in here, this is the municipal courtroom. Up here where this desk is, this is where the judge would normally sit, where she would listen to both the prosecution, which are the people who are charging someone for a crime, and the defense, the people being charged for the crime. We also have plenty of seating space for anybody who would like to sit and view quietly in the crowd. There's also the witness stand, and that's usually where the clerks sit, so that way they can type it up and make sure everything gets documented appropriately. So this is one of the patrol units that we often use, which is basic. We have our lights on the top of the vehicle, which are red and blue. We also have a spotlight, lights on the side, and there's lights on the back. If you want to come inside the vehicle, it's basically the same as a normal car. We do have some special things such as the radio, which I use to talk to dispatch and other officers. We have the controls for the lights, which we'll turn on in just a second. cameras so that we make sure we document everything inside. Radar for speed. We also have the luxury of having computers, so that way we can do reports out in the community and find information that we need. Now let's go ahead and turn on the lights. As you can see, they're quite bright and usually can be seen from just about anywhere. Okay, so today I'm going to be reading you a story called The Wolf Story. This is what really happened to Little Red Riding Hood. This book is written by Toby Forward and Izar Cohen, and this book is based on the perspective of the wolf and the story of Little Red Riding Hood. So let's see what goes on here. No, please, look at me. Would I lie to you? It was the old woman who started it. I did nothing wrong, would I? We hit it off from the beginning. Not everyone likes a wolf, do they? Look at you. You're not certain. Would you like to come and sit a little closer while I tell you about the kid? I don't bite. No? Sure? Okay, up to you. Anyway, I did odd jobs for the old woman. Called her grandma. We were close. I put up shelves, did the shopping, tidied the garden. I even altered her clothes, sewed on buttons, that sort of thing. I'm versatile. Sort of a new wolf. Vegetarian cuisine, a specialty. If I eat any more lettuce, I'll turn green. But that's too much information. Are you sure you wouldn't like to see it just a little closer? Every week the kid came with a big basket of toffee. I'll tell you, that toffee was so bad it made Grandma's teeth stick together. And you don't want the toffee messing up your false teeth. But Grandma looked forward to seeing the kid. She even made her a red cape so she could see the kid coming. Did anyone ever make me a cape? Me? I didn't like the kid. She never spoke to me. She seemed nervous. Can you believe that? When Little Red was there, I felt left out. I tried to join in. I even offered to eat the toffee, and that stuff couldn't ruin a wolf's good teeth. So you can see how I tried. But they just ignored me. The day it happened was like this. I saw the kid coming with her big basket of toffee. I was out looking for the fresh herbs in the forest, and I tried to pass the time of day with her. But she pretended not to know me and hurried on. That's the sort of kid she is. Like I'm frightening. Then I scooted back the quick way to warn Grandma to hide her teeth from the toffee. The kid always took a long time to get there. You know how slow kids are. When I got back, Grandma was reaching for her best dress in the wardrobe and couldn't reach the hook. And this is the part where it all went wrong. I tried to help her get it, but she fell over right into the wardrobe. And you know how it is, Grandma got a teeny tiny bump on the head that knocked her cold. And the kid was banging on the door. All right, I panicked. It looked bad. Not everyone trusts a wolf. I thought they might say I'd done something bad to Grandma. Me. Anyway, I shut the wardrobe, put the dress on, sort of thought I could cover it up and pretend to be Grandma till she was better. I have to admit, I don't have the best legs for a dress, so I jumped into the bed. Anyone would have thought I was Grandma. Little Red's going in. Then the kid came in and started acting strange. She was pretending to be scared again, and she wouldn't come close. Oh, Grandma, she said, what big eyes you have. Got rid of my glasses, I told her. I've got these new contacts. They're really smart when you first put them in, but they make anyone's eyes look big. It was the first time we'd had a talk, and she wasn't that bad, really. Looked good enough to eat, if you know what I mean. Oh, Grandma, she said, what big ears you have. Now, these are good ears, but I have to admit, they aren't a lot like Grandma's, and of course, they're pretty furry as well. Oh, these old things, I said, and changed the subject. Oh,
Grandma, she said. What big teeth you have. And this is what made it worse. She was about to pop one of her sticky toffees into my mouth, and I couldn't stand that, so I leaped out of bed, and it may have looked as though I was going to eat her or something. Then she started screaming, "Wolf, wolf, you've eaten my grandma." Do I look like the sort of wolf who goes around eating grandmas? It got worse. The door swung open. There was a woodsman the size of a tree, with an axe. I shouted for help, but Grandma was still out cold in the wardrobe. She would tell you the truth. She would. The woodsman took a swing at me, and I was this close to being a fur coat. I jumped out that window with the sound of the axe crashing down behind me. Ooh, got his tail a little bit. I ran all the way to town, and I have to tell you, a wolf in a dress is an embarrassed wolf. People were laughing, and that's not nice. Anyway, thanks for listening, and if you ever want any odd jobs done around the house, just get in touch. Here's my card. I'm cheap, I'm neat, worker, completely trustworthy, and I won't make a meal of it. Now please, look at me. Would I lie to you? And that's it. So it's my responsibility as a patrolman currently with the Artesia Police Department to make sure we enforce the rules and laws and regulations that govern our society. I also have the responsibility of making sure I follow all court-mandated orders, such as arresting people. When it comes to tools helping me do my job, we as police officers have a bunch of tools that we can use. If you talk about tools that I use on my belt, I have, my firearm, my ammunition, I have a taser, I have handcuffs, handcuff keys. We also have units that we use to patrol areas that are usually fully decked out with lights, sirens, communication equipment so we can talk back to dispatch. We also have other resources such as the community who help us identify people, who tell us where they've seen crimes so that way we can track patterns and things of that nature. I was a patrolman for approximately 3 to 4 years, and now I'm currently with the schools as a school resource officer. I've been doing that for about 6 months. It's been a fun adventure. It's a job that is different than most. So becoming a police officer is fairly easy. You do have to pass a physical exam. It requires, so many push-ups, so many crunches, a 1.5 mile run in a certain amount of time, and then a 300-meter run. After doing that, you go to the police academy where you spend about, 4 months just learning how to do defensive tactics to defend yourself, how to properly use your firearm, your taser, your OC spray or mace. They also teach you about law and how to properly use it to protect citizens. The thing I like the most about my job is being a part of the community. The reason why I came to Artesia, because it was previously in a different department, is because this is a community I could see my family growing up with, myself. And my favorite part is just being a part of the community, being able to talk to everyone, meet new people, and learn more about this town. I do. This isn't my normal uniform. Normally I'm wearing the school resource officer uniform, which is a black shirt with orange stripes. But since this current event, I am working on patrol, which requires me to wear this uniform, this blue on blue, and my duty belt and all of that. And that's it for us. I want to thank you all for listening to my story about the wolf, and I want to thank you for coming down to the police department. We all hope you have a great summer and hope you all stay safe. Have a great day.
Thanks, Bob. Tune in next week for a tour of the Artesia Museum. And that's The cats meow.